Most men think their voice is their power, but they are wrong. Your mouth is often your greatest liability. The average man talks to be seen, talks to be validated, and talks because silence makes him uncomfortable. But the high-value man moves differently. He uses silence the way a predator uses shadows, to observe, to calculate, and to dominate. Today, we're breaking down the 7 specific social situations where speaking makes you weak and silence makes you unshakable. Because in these moments, one careless sentence can cost you respect, leverage, and even your future. Stay with me, because the 7th situation is the most dangerous of them all. If you speak during that moment, you don't just lose respect, you lose your future. And in the final chapter, I will reveal the forbidden rule of the silent victor. Most men are controlled by whoever can trigger them. But an insult is not an attack, it is a test. And when you react emotionally, you fail. Epictetus said, "If someone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, reply, 'He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone.'" That, right there, is psychological dominance. The weak man defends himself immediately. He explains, he argues, and he raises his voice. Meanwhile, the unshakable man simply watches. Because reaction is surrender. When someone insults you, they are fishing for emotion, desperately wanting proof that they matter. Your silence tells them they don't. And here is the truth most men are too weak to accept. If a stranger can control your emotions with words, you are not powerful. You are programmable. This is the ultimate identity shift, from the reactive victim to the unshakable observer. A man who cannot be provoked cannot be controlled. And silence in that moment is not weakness, it is absolute superiority. Never announce your moves before you make them. The modern world constantly encourages premature celebration, like, "I'm starting a business," "I'm going to the gym," or "I'm building something big," and then nothing happens. This is because when you announce your goals, your brain receives social validation before execution, giving you dopamine without discipline. A tiger does not roar before the kill. It moves in silence, executes with precision, and lets success make the only sound. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." High-value men do not debate their future, they build it quietly. When you speak your ambitions too early, you invite doubt, jealousy, and sabotage. But when you stay silent, you create mystery, and mystery creates power. This is the shift from the loud dreamer to the silent executor. Stop announcing, start accumulating, and let results speak in a language that cannot be questioned. Gossip is intellectual poverty, and participation is self-exposure. When people speak badly about someone who is not present, they are revealing their own character, and the question is whether you will reveal yours. Seneca warned, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." When you engage in gossip, you lower yourself to the level of the room. But when you remain silent, something powerful happens. People become uncomfortable. They realize you are not safe for negativity. Instantly, you become the man they are afraid to disrespect. Because if you won't talk behind someone else's back, they know you won't tolerate it behind yours. Most men gossip because they have nothing else to offer. No mission, no ambition, and no discipline. Silence in that moment signals that your mind is focused on higher things. This is the shift from the social chameleon to the standard setter. And standards create hierarchy. This is where ego destroys authority. You make your point clearly, logically, calmly. The room understands, but the other person keeps talking, and you feel the urge to keep going, to crush them, to force surrender. Don't. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. When the truth has been stated, anything beyond that is ego, and ego leaks power. The man who continues speaking after victory looks insecure. The man who stops looks royal. Silence after making your point communicates, I have nothing more to prove. Weak men over-explain, they justify, they seek validation for being right. High-value men state their position once, then let silence apply pressure. This is the shift from the attention seeker to the Stoic emperor. Stop chasing surrender. Your composure is already the win. Words spoken in anger are debts, and you will pay for them for the rest of your life. A ruined relationship, a lost opportunity, a broken reputation, all because you couldn't stay silent for 10 seconds. Seneca wrote, the greatest remedy for anger is delay, and delay simply means silence. Anger is temporary insanity, and when you speak from it, you reveal your lowest self. The identity shift happens right here, from weak and impulsive to master of self. Self-mastery is not suppressing emotion, it is refusing to let emotions speak for you. When rage rises, do absolutely nothing. No texts, no confrontations, and no reactions. Let silence become your cooling chamber, because a man who conquers himself is truly unconquerable. It is better to be thought a fool in silence than to speak and remove all doubt. High-value men understand that information is leverage. When you speak too quickly, you reveal your position, but when you listen, you collect everyone else's. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Most men talk 80% of the time, while the quiet man listens 80% of the time, watching body language, detecting insecurity, and noticing contradictions. And when he finally speaks, it lands. If you constantly need to prove your intelligence, you probably lack it. Confidence does not rush, it observes. This is the shift from the impulsive commentator to the strategic listener. In a world addicted to noise, the quiet man always wins. This is the most dangerous moment of all. You present your offer, the room goes silent, tension builds, and then you panic. You start justifying the price, offering discounts and weakening your position, and you lose. Here is the forbidden rule of the silent victor. The first person to speak after the proposal usually loses. Silence creates a heavy psychological vacuum, and humans absolutely hate vacuums, so the other party rushes to fill it, revealing their fears, objections, budget, and weakness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." In negotiation, unnecessary speech is rarely right or true. When you hold silence under pressure, you communicate supreme confidence. You say without words, "I am comfortable walking away." And that is power. Break silence too soon, and you reveal desperation. and desperation destroys leverage. This is the final identity shift from the approval seeker to the silent victor. Here is your master habit, the two-breath rule. Before answering any question, before responding to any insult, and before replying in anger, take 2 slow breaths in total silence. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This interrupts emotion, resets your nervous system, and forces you to choose your response instead of reacting automatically. Do this consistently, and you reprogram your brain for emotional mastery. You stop being a man who reacts and become a man who decides. And decision is authority. Silence isn't the absence of noise, it's the presence of power. Most men will keep talking their way into failure. They will argue, explain, announce, and react. But you are different. If you are ready to master the art of the silent predator, hit that like button. Prove you are watching by typing "silent power" in the comments. And to join the 1% of men who are truly unshakable, subscribe to Stoic 95. We don't just teach philosophy, we build leaders.